Hello students, welcome to YouTube channel of Srimati R.S. Kalavya Primary School. Myself, Miss Zeenat Danani. Today I will be enlightening you on the topic nouns case. Okay, you are familiar with the word noun, okay, proper nouns, common nouns. We have done many kinds of nouns, gender. Okay, today we will see what do you mean by case. Okay, let us see. Any noun or pronoun that stands as the subject of a verb is said to be in the nominative case. All of you are familiar with the word subject and verb. Okay, so what do you understand by this sentence? Any noun or pronoun that stands as the subject of a verb is said to be in the nominative case. Let us see an example. The cat killed the mouse. In this sentence, the cat killed the mouse. We all know that the cat is the subject and verb is killed. So over here, this noun will be in the nominative case. I'll give you one more example. Mohan married Kamla. Okay, Mohan is the subject and the verb is married. One more example. He brought a silver watch. He brought a silver watch. He is the subject and the verb is brought. So any noun or pronoun that stands as the subject of a verb is said to be in the nominative case. I'll give you two more examples from your exercise in the grammar textbook. Bali broke the slate. Now, all of you know that Bali is the subject and broke is the verb. So, over here, Bali will be the subject and broke will be the verb. Okay, next one. Any noun or pronoun that stands as the object of a verb. We have also done object. Okay, intransitive and intransitive verbs we have done object. So you are familiar with the term object or with the word object. So any noun or pronoun that stands as the object of a verb is said to be in the objective case. For example, the man hit the dog. Okay, in this sentence, the dog is the object. You all know that object usually comes at the end. Okay, so the dog is the object of the verb hit. Okay, the man cannot be the object. The man is the subject. So dog is the object of the verb hit. Let us see more examples. George paints a picture. George paints a picture. So picture is the object of the verb paints. So the noun or the pronoun that stands as the object of a verb will be in the objective case. He loves her. Okay, in this example, he loves her. So he is the subject, you know. Her is the object of the verb loves. Okay, more examples. The cow gives milk. Milk, the cow is the subject, so that will be in the nominative case, and milk is the object of the verb gives. Mary is in the room. Mary is in the room. Mary is the subject and room is the object. Okay? So nominative case, any noun or pronoun that stands as the subject of the verb will be in the nominative case, and objective case, any noun or pronoun that stands as the object of a verb. If it is object, it will be objective case, and if it is subject, it will be nominative case. Okay, let us see one example. The book is on the table. Okay, the book is on the table. You all know that table is the object, yes, and which is object of the preposition on. So it will be in the objective case. Okay, a noun or pronoun that comes after a preposition is said to be governed by the preposition. Table is coming after the preposition on. So a noun or pronoun that comes after a preposition is said to be governed by the preposition and is called its object. Such a noun or pronoun is said to be in the objective case. Hence, the object of both verbs and prepositions are in the objective case. It can be a verb or it can be a preposition. For example, a snake was seen by her. Her is the object and it is coming after the preposition by. So remember that a noun or pronoun that comes after the preposition is said to be governed by the preposition and is called its object, and it is said to be in the objective case. Okay students, now after nominative case and objective case, we will come to possessive case. All of you know in pronouns we have done what do you mean by possessive. Okay, so now let us see a noun or pronoun that denotes the possessor or owner of anything. Something that belongs to you, something that is yours, is said to be in the possessive case. For example, Mohan found Ashok's pen. Okay, so over here Ashok's is in the possessive case because the pen belonged to Ashok. Who found? Mohan found. But in reality, in the sentence, we come to know that the pen belonged to Ashok. So Ashok is the possessor of the pen. So Ashok's will be in the possessive case. One more example I can give you. The dog bit the boy's leg. Whose leg did the dog bite? The dog bit the boy's leg. So the leg belonged to the boy. So the boy's leg. So in this sentence you can see that boys is in the possessive case because it denotes the possessor or owner of anything. One more example I can give you. This is his pen. So whose pen it is? Who is the possessor or who is the owner of the pen? He. Okay, he is the owner of the pen. So this is his pen. So his is in the possessive case. So now all pronouns that denotes the possessor or owner of anything is said to be in the possessive case. Okay, now we will see how to form the possessive case. How do you form the possessive case? Let us see the first one. The possessive case of a singular noun. Okay, now we will do singular noun and plural nouns. The possessive case of a singular noun is formed by adding an apostrophe. You all know apostrophe, we have done in punctuation marks lesson. The possessive noun case of a singular noun is formed by adding an apostrophe and s to it. So if the noun is singular, what you have to remember that you have to add an apostrophe and a s. Okay? For example, the boy's mother is ill. Boy is singular. Okay? So when we talk about over here, boy is singular. So what we will do? We will add apostrophe and we will add an s. So it becomes boys. So this is possessive case. Yes? So if the noun is singular, you will add apostrophe and you will add an s. One more example. The horse's leg was broken. Horse, singular horse, apostrophe after horse and s. Okay? Single noun, singular noun. So now let us see what plurals. Where do we put the apostrophe for plural nouns? Plural nouns that end in only have to add an apostrophe after the S. Okay? They do not take another S. S is already there. So what you have to do? You only have to add an apostrophe after the S. Okay? For example, the farmers. Over here we are talking about many farmers, plural. So where will the apostrophe come? After the S. Apostrophe will come after the S. You will not add another S. For singular nouns, what we used to do? We used to put an apostrophe and S. But over here, since S is already here, we will only put apostrophe after the S. The farmers' crops failed this year. Okay? So nouns in the possessive case, which are in the plural number, themselves end in S. So they do not take an extra S. Only thing you have to do is add an apostrophe after the S. Example, many girls' books are lost. Plural, many girls' books are lost. So girls' S is already there. What you have to do is, you have to add an apostrophe after the S. Okay. Now we will see that when plural nouns that do not end in S. Before this, I had told you that when plural nouns end in S, you only have to put an apostrophe after the S, okay, to make it possessive. But when plural nouns that do not end in S form their possessive case by taking an apostrophe and S after them. There are many plural nouns which do not end in S, but still it is a plural noun. Okay? For example, men, M-E-N, men. Children is a plural noun. Men is a plural noun. Women is a plural noun. But they do not end in S. So in that case, what are you going to do? You have to put an apostrophe and S after them. For example, children's lives are full of happiness. Okay? The word children is a plural noun, but it is not ending in S. So what you are going to do? You will put apostrophe and S. First you will put apostrophe, then you will put an S after the plural word. Okay? One more example. Women's lives are full of cares. Okay? You know that our mothers worry for us. So women's lives are full of care. So the word women. Okay? If you see this word. Women. It's a plural noun. Yes, it is not ending in S. So what we are going to do? We will put an apostrophe and S after women to make it possessive case. Is this clear? Okay. Now I'll tell you the possessive case is chiefly used. When do you use the possessive case? The possessive case is chiefly used when the noun denotes some living thing. Okay? When the noun is talking about some living thing, we use the possessive case. For example, the rat's tail. Rat is a living thing. So, rat is a singular noun. So, we will put apostrophe and S here to make it possessive. The rat's tail. The man, M-A-N. The man's hands. Okay, we also use the possessive case when the noun denotes some personified thing. What do you mean by personified thing? Which stands for or represents a quality. Okay, in a physical form. When a quality or a concept is represented in a physical form. I'll give you an example. England's heroes. England's heroes. Okay, the country England. England apostrophe S, heroes. Okay, the heroes, the people of England who have acted as or who have done something which have made them worth a hero. Okay, England's heroes. And the possessive case is also used when the noun denotes time, space and weight. Okay, time you can say a day's march, a week's holiday, in a year's time, a meter's length. This is space, okay, weight, a meter's length, a pound's weight. But when the noun denotes, okay, see here, when the noun denotes anything without life, when the noun talks about lifeless things, things without life, chair, table, okay, bed, possession is generally expressed by the preposition of. You don't put apostrophe or s for nouns without life. Okay, for nouns without life or lifeless things, we use the preposition of. The legs of the chair. Chair is a lifeless thing, okay, a thing without life. It's a noun which is non-living. So we will say the legs of the chair. We will not say the chair's leg. No. Apostrophe and s is not used for things without life or for non-living things. The pages of the book, not the book's pages. Okay? For non-living things, we will use the preposition of. The roof of the house, not the house's roof. The cover of the book. Book is a non-living thing. House is a non-living thing. We will not say the book's cover. The cover of the book. Okay? And last thing what I want to explain you for this lesson is, when several nouns are taken together, the possessive case is formed by adding s to the last word. Example, his father-in-law's house. Apostrophe and s will come after law. His father-in-law's house. The chairman of the committee's report. Okay, committee, many members are there. So committee apostrophe s. The chairman of the committee's report. I hope you have understood this lesson. A small recap we will do. Nominative case, okay, when the noun or pronoun stands as the subject of a verb, it is in the nominative case. When the noun or pronoun stands as the object of a verb, it is in the objective case. Okay, when the noun denotes the possessor or owner of something, it is said to be in the possessive case. For singular nouns, apostrophe and s will come after the noun. Boy, it is singular, so apostrophe and s. If it is plural and if it is ending in s, okay, for plural, two things are there. First is, if the plural noun is ending in s, apostrophe will come after s. Girls, the girls' hostel. Many girls stay in the hostel, so girls apostrophe s, because already s is there. And in plural nouns where s is not there, if it is not ending in s, I have explained to you children. Children is a plural noun, but it is not ending in s. So you will put apostrophe and s after the plural noun. And lastly, for things or nouns that denote things without life, lifeless things, you will use the preposition of. The legs of the chair. Chair is a non-living thing. We don't say the chair's leg. For things without life or for non-living things, apostrophe and s is not used. Instead, we use the preposition of. The pages of the book, not the book's pages. I hope you have understood this lesson. See you soon. Thank you.